Hello and welcome back to City Skylines. My name's Sparky. The last time here we built up this wee farm here. I'm quite happy. I mean, it's a bit square, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this land over here yet. It's good for forestry, so I don't know. I might have a small forestry next to it. We'll see. But in this episode, I want to try and build a tennis club. But for now, I just want to do a wee bit of tidying up from the last episode and what I'm going to do with this sort of quadrant here. I think I'm just going to leave it blank, and I'm going to actually delete some of the work we had done last time. I don't really like these roads coming through here. Yeah, and I think I'm just going to have this whole area just completely reserved. It's owned by the farm, but it's reserved. And I'm going to move this round the corner to here. And just going to bring up my new favourite tree, and we're just going to continue this all the way along. I'm just going to have that like a reserved area. It's owned by the farm, but it's just been, the government's given us a grant to sort of not do any work on it. And then I'm just going to have a wee path can run here, and we're going to move these, and hopefully that it will jump the power. And then for this as well, I just want to rotate this around. Hopefully it'll fit. It's a wee bit annoying that it's not in the centre and it's not even round the right way because the openings, it's hard to tell with this thing. Might make it easier now for me to plonk it down. And there we go. So I might plonk a few more trees down. In fact, I think I'll go for like maybe a bush. Do you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. But yeah, we're just going to leave that land free. And in the future, if we need more farmland, there's a wee bit there we can use. So yeah, as I said, today I want to build like a sports club, more specifically a tennis club. And I think I'm going to do it in this sort of big square here. I'm going to delete a wee bit more road because I've got a feeling I'm going to encroach over here. And over here as well, I'm just going to delete some roads. So while I'm building away, I just thought I would do a time lapse. I'm not very good at talking while I'm building, so especially when I didn't plan any. I planned it in my head, so to actually lay it out when I'm building, it's kind of hard for me to multitask. I'm not a good multitasker, but basically I wanted a diagonal road so that we could, so that it's a wee bit of an angle, the entrance into the club. And yeah, I think this sports hall and gymnasium, I thought it was going to be a bigger asset than what it actually is, but that will sort of serve as our sort of clubhouse slash gymnasium, slash changing room area and all that kind of thing. And yeah, I think it's a really nice asset. I wanted to put the sauna right next to it, but I don't think the asset doesn't look that great next to it. You know, the gymnasium is quite modern, with the sauna is quite, I don't know, it doesn't really suit the aesthetic, so I don't think I'm going to put that right there. And this is me playing with the parking lot assets that come with the Seaside. I think it's the Seaside DLC. It's been a long time coming anyway, having parking actually as assets, and in the game, and not you know assets that you have to download from the Steam store. But I quite like the 3x3 one. As I say, I've changed the direction of them about 100 times, and because I didn't flatten the land a wee bit before it, they're all lumpy and bumpy. So yeah, this was me redoing it. This is why you should always sort of level your land that you're going to build on before you start building. Otherwise, you end up doing what I'm doing here and taking stuff down and flatten it and then redoing it. So it saves yourself a bit of time if you actually flatten it beforehand. But because I think parking lots should be flat. You know, I mean, I don't think that's an extreme position to have. But yeah, I wanted to just have a wee parking lot separate, the parking that's in front of the gymnasium, because it's going to be quite a big club, so I kind of want to have a wee bit of separate parking. And see, I put it all this way around the first time. Yeah, I quite like the asset. I mean, it'd be nice if it was just spots rather than have a roof on the spots, but I don't hate it. It's still quite low down, so the less height the better. So I just changed it around because I thought it looked better that way, so people can walk out on a straight line. They don't have to go to the side and then, if that makes any sense. But this was me looking around for assets I could stick next to the gymnasium, because I think I need something next to it. But I didn't think the sauna fitted perfectly for that area. But anyway, yeah, I eventually settled on the tropical garden. Again, I don't know if it suits the area that good. Plus, it looks onto the car park, doesn't it? So I might revisit that later on at some point. But for now, I just thought I needed another building next to the car park. So I've not really used this pedestrian DLC all that much so far. So as you can tell, I'm looking through all the menus to find out where the hell the pedestrian service hub is. It took me quite a while, as you can see. But I'll get used to it eventually. But yeah, you need obviously your service hub to service your roads. And for this, I don't think the cobblestone really fits. There's three types, in case you have never not used the DLC. There's three types of pedestrian roads. There's a cobblestone, which I think kind of suits older city centre type builds. You've got your bluestone, which I think is quite nice, but I think it suits, again, more of a city centre feel. And then the sandstone, I think the sandstone is really nice. I think you can fit it in pretty much anywhere. So I'm just going to use the sandstone for this build, and I've built a wee plaza area. I want to have the tennis courts kind of surrounding a central area where everybody can, go to after the games, or hang out, or just rest in between, sets or games or whatever. And as I say, I just wanted to build a wee extra ring around the plaza area where the actual courts go, just so that you're not stepping off the court right onto a plaza area. So I wanted to separate them quite a bit at first, as you can see. But I think the asset itself, the tennis courts, are quite. And obviously, I've not done my landscaping beforehand, so I'm rejigging it now. But the tennis courts themselves are quite. They're not. What am I trying to say? They're not very compact, are they? There's lots of space and foliage to the side of them, so think I could fit more in than what I originally did. That's me being wonky again with my paths. But yeah, I really like the sandstone paths. Again, I don't really plan my builds up front, so a lot of the time you'll see me, place roads or paths and then redo them because I've not really gave that much thought. But I quite like the way this was shaping up, and obviously it's got a lot more tinkering to be done. As I say, I fitted in a decent amount to begin with, but they're quite separated, aren't they? So try to keep that ring going all the way around. Again, that's a bit wonky. Yeah, as you can see, if I actually plan my builds, I'd probably save myself a bit of time, but who needs planning? Yeah, planning's for real jobs. When you're just playing a game, it's I need to visualize what I'm doing while I'm doing it. But yeah, as you can see, I moved them closer together, the tennis courts, because I think with the trees and the bit of grass at the side of the tennis courts on the asset themselves, it leaves a sufficient gap, that you can plonk them right next to each other. So I was just moving them, jigging around till I was happy. And yeah, I revisited my sauna. Because I do think a sauna would be a good idea, right? Next to your tennis court. So I was going to put in that wee square there, but it didn't quite fit. And then that wee corner bit here might be a really good place to put it. I mean, it is right next to the car park, but we're going to obviously landscape the hell out of this later on. But yeah, I'm liking the way this is looking. See, I wasn't sure when I started it how exactly it was going to. I had an idea in my head how it was going to look, but I didn't really know, how it's going to pan out. But I really like the way it's looking. And yeah, I think with the pedestrian paths, it makes this kind of build possible. Beforehand, you'd have all these roads and paths in between, tennis courts, and it didn't really work for me. But yeah, as I say, the landscaping, I could have done a wee bit more. There's a bit of a hill there now, so on the south side of it, what I consider the south side of it, and as I say, I do think it's encroached a wee bit into our residential bit, and I'm thinking about where to put the service point for this. I think I want to have it right next to it. It's not going to be a big pedestrian area, so I just need the one service point, I think. And then this is me, obviously marking out where exactly the park is. And I went for the curved, fence at first, but I don't think it really fits. I think you kind of want it to fit in, naturally fit in with your grid. So I eventually put this road down as a sort of template to where the back of the club kind of exists. But eventually I think I did away with this road, just because it's quite a steep hill now, just with the amount of landscaping we've done. So I don't think it really suits having residential that steep for me. I don't mind a bit of steepness, but I just use that as a template anyway, that road. Sometimes you've got to put in temporary roads as a sort of template. And yeah, this is me fencing off basically everything, and then we can landscape it later on. As I say, I don't always plan that far ahead, so sometimes when you see me replacing stuff and deleting stuff, it's that's just me. That's just my process. And I thought it'd be good to have a wee service road where we could keep this quite isolated. The service building. And I think that kind of suits because we can, landscape around it, put trees around it, so it's sort of hidden from, paying customers in the tennis club. It's like a wee workers' corner where there's a wee private road there where that should just be reserved for, you know, the workers of the club, where they can park, and a wee service hub. So as I say, the hill at the back of the club now is quite steep, so I don't know how much we're going to what's the word I'm looking for? Zone at the back, but this is me just kind of, as I say, I want it to fit into an area like it's naturally fitted into an area that's already existed. So I'm trying to sort of have a road that goes round it, and you know, it looks natural in terms of this was a bit of land and they've built a tennis club into that bit of land, rather than, oh, we've built a tennis club and then we've built houses round about it. You know, I kind of want it to look as if the houses and the land was there first and the tennis club was just sort of built eventually around that, if that makes any sense. So again, I'm sort of deleting a lot of assets here, but I do think I want it to, I do want the landscaping. I don't want any lumpies and bumpies on the shop and the residential area. I don't mind a bit, but I don't want the excessive lumpies and bumpies. Whereas in the tennis club, if it's a grass area at the edge of the club, I don't mind, you know, landscaping that and putting trees and bushes in the way, you know. And I just put a wee corner here. I quite like the way this area turned out in terms of, it kind of looks natural where you've got like a local main road along the side of the club, and then you've got just a rows, you know, terraced housing, and then just started to zone. As I said, I thought these wee bits would be good for residential behind, you know, our main street's obviously going to have our shops on it, you know, if I don't delete them all. But yeah, as I say, I like putting the fences all the way around. I say sometimes they're kind of a bit finicky and you need to redo some stuff, but I'm extremely bad at using the curved road tool. But I think once it was all fenced around, I thought it looked quite good. It just obviously it lacks a bit of landscaping, and yeah, and this was me starting obviously. I like that, and it's good to have a good mix. But so that's why I was putting some trees in some random places, because I like to have a good mix of trees. I don't really, for like these types of areas. So I mixed up between the, you know, the big conifers and the oak trees. I wanted to have a line around the sort of car parking and service bit. Other than that, I kind of just want to have random trees around the place. A couple of big pine trees, or oak trees. Are they big pines or oaks? I can't remember the name of them. But again, it's weird when you're putting the trees in. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes, you know, it doesn't. And it's a matter of just sticking with it, and then eventually you'll get to a place where you like it. So I'm just upgrading all these paths now, and then we're going to change the trees. So just upgrading every single one. Might go for my chestnut trees, is it? I think that looks quite nice, the chestnut trees. Are they a wee bit too big? Maybe a wee bit too big. But these ones, I think they suit better. Yeah, we'll go with them. What are these ones? Young lindens. Let's make all our paths say paths, it's technically they're roads and the pedestrian roads. Pedestrian roads. So I'm just going to have one more fence right here. I say one more fence, we might fence off this entire bang. Oh man, that's annoying. Bang. Oh, I've got one wee square there, but I can live with that. And just to separate the sort of noisiness of the car park and you know, this what I want to be a quite quiet area, we're just going to put some trees in here. It might be a wee bit too big, but as I say, I want to try and block the rest of the area from the car park. And I think that did the job quite nicely. So again in here I kind of want to fill in, I want it to be quite isolated, quite private, so I want to fill in as many of these, I basically want to surround it in trees. Could have maybe done something extra with this wee corner here, I don't think we needed, it's a bit of a waste of land, isn't it? Let's see. Some chestnut trees back here as well. Why not? See, the more diversity of trees you can get in, the better. So I might just put a row in here of our chestnut trees. Just fill in some holes where I can with some more trees. Nice, I'm liking the way that's looking. It's looking quite private. So in terms of actual road into this area, again I think I'm going to go for trees on either side of the road, and then when we're in here, I don't really want parking on the roads, so I'm just going to go for trees down the middle. This is a sort of service roads. I suppose we could leave that. I suppose we could leave the service roads empty. So in terms of trees as well for our roads, where am I going? I think we might go for the young lindens again. Does that suit? Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. Just get these roads upgraded. So I'm liking the way this is taking shape. It's nice and isolated. I've got a nice garden we can relax in when the sun's out. I'm just going to put a row of lindens in between here. this side. Yeah, it looks quite a relaxed and rural place. A nice quiet place where people can come and relax. Got a nice garden for the summer. We've got a sort of gymnasium slash, we'll call it like a clubhouse. And over here, so we've got some nice plazas they can sit and rest in between games, or wait for games, or, you know, as I say, if the sun's out they can come and rest. These sort of grass areas, I think we need to unlock the parks, because I think there's a restroom here and there's a park cafe, and I think they would fit perfectly in with the aesthetic we're going here. So we'll need to unlock that, but at this stage I think I've done as much as I can at this stage without unlocking other stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to I think there's space there for a road to come along here, but I don't know if I'm going to use it, to be honest. Same as here, there's kind of space for a road. I think we might just make this a wee cul-de-sac. Wow, that's really ugly looking with the lumpies and bumpies. I don't mind a bit of lumpies and bumpies with the rural areas, but you know, I've got my limits. Looks a wee bit better. We're going to put some more trees, I think, in there. Yeah, we'll have a wee path in to our cul-de-sac. Path into our cul-de-sac here, and that can be like a wee separator between our row of shops, and down here we're just going to have housing. We're just going to have housing. So at the end here, I'm just going to stick a couple of trees in. I might start simulating this, I'll see in a minute. I'm always a bit wary of simulating when I'm still sort of building, to be honest. So we're just going to put some more trees in at the end here. And again, I'm still not happy with this bumpiness here. To be honest, we might forgo. Yeah. We might just forgo zoning in this bit here. Yeah, I think we will. We'll fence it off so we don't accidentally zone it. Just a wee wooden fence. I think we'll do that all the way along here as well. And do some more zoning. So down in this wee bit here, we might fit in like a police station. I don't know, we've not checked our coverage. Whoa, holy crap. My money. What the hell? I'll put these up to 12 while I'm here. What the hell happened to our money? Oh god, this is what happens when you build and you're not paying attention to how much money you've got. Wow, okay. Well, we can take some loans out then, just in case we sort of go a bit OTT here. Wow, okay, we will. Water pipe, so this thing actually works. We're just going to stick it under the roads and then under the path areas. Yep, in terms of pipes over here, Okay, just want to do a wee bit more zoning before we resume. As I say, I want to maybe, we've got one police station so far, so we'll fit one down here. I feel like this is a nice wee spot to keep one nice and isolated. It might be a wee bit better if we could scoot it over one more, better. And that way we can maybe put in a tree or two here. Yeah, we'll just... So I don't want to encroach too much onto the... Okay, there's still some more work to be done, but let's start simulating here. So I'm going to zone while this is filling in. I'm just going to have a wee row of shops along this suppose this is like a local main street. We're just going to have shops all the way down. And fill in more the rest of our zone in here. So this whole area here, I kind of want to fill in with trees. So let's get treeing. I might be lazy about it as well and might just do the lazy. Put in some trees this way, and then we'll fill in the rest with an assortment of. That's quite wee. That's quite wee as well. Yeah, we'll just put some bigger trees in the way. Make this really private. That went a bit wonky. Let's delete them three. Let's see. If we got somebody using who's using our courts. Edward Clark. So how many courts do we actually have in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 courts. Yeah, I'm quite pleased. I think there's some more sort of landscaping we can do to improve this, but I'm really liking the way this has turned out so far. There's a wee bit more landscaping we can do up here. Let's sim. Yeah, let's put some more trees in here. So let's have a wee look at we'll have to look at our police station. We've put one down there. We could probably do one over here somewhere. Do we have a row of? We might turn this. Yeah, let's turn this. Put another police station in here. Bonk. And health-wise, let's see. Do we have? We've got one clinic. So we need to have another clinic over here, I think. So, whoa. Put it on that corner there, so it's fairly central, right? What's going on with the water now? What is going on with the water? Power. Oh, it's because we deleted this. It's because we deleted it when we were doing a wee bit of landscaping earlier on. Yeah, we'll need to fix up. We'll need to have a proper way of fixing this, but for now, I don't want to. I just want to sim it a wee bit, you know. Get our housing around our tennis club here to be working. And we're a wee bit short on industry, aren't we? So I'm just going to zone some more industry. Then now we're badly needing some jobs and stuff. So I think in these wee sort of corner bits here, I'm just going to put a couple of, just a chestnut tree. And what about flowers? Do flowers suit this bit? How tall are they? Oops. Oops, what's happening? Yeah, I'm just going to have some flowers around here. So I'll put some flowers in. I'm going to leave these two blanks. As I say, I want to have a cafe and some toiletries. So I'll need to unlock the park DLC at some point. And in the middle of these, I think they're a wee bit too big. I don't want to go with the same tree we've already used, but so let's see what else have we got. What about these? They might be the right size. I'm just going to put one in, just two in each bed. Lovely. I'm really liking the way this is turning out, to be honest. It just looks like a really good place to go and hang out for a day. Yeah. Okay, so while we're doing some landscaping there, we're allowed to run. As you can see, the houses are starting to fill in the residential area. We're still badly needing some more industry or more jobs. But I started to see where we are with in terms of clinics and stuff. That's we've got two up there. We can maybe do with one down here. I might stick it on this corner again. Yeah, let's stick it in this corner. Destroy a couple of shops. Height of realism. And that's a nice wee place to put it. So in terms of clinics, we're okay in terms of a residential area. We could probably do with one over here, but most of this industrial is not going to be here. Once we can put down a university, we'll probably have an office park in here somewhere. So in terms of our clinics, I'm happy with that now. Wow, we badly need some fire protection. Yeah, we'll need to put some down here. We'll want this corner. We'll just have a wee works corner. No, that's not going to fit. I don't know if we need a big one, so maybe just go for a wee one. And wow, that fits nicely in that corner, and we just put it in there. Yeah. So we've got a wee services corner here with our fire station, our clinic, and our police station right there. So we'll just sim this in the room, make sure we're getting decent coverage. So we've got we've got a fire station over there. Well, that's police. What am I talking about? Wow, we could probably do with another two, one up here and one down there. Okay, well, I think we're going to destroy a couple of houses here. Stick it there. Dezone that bit. I don't know if this person's going to be that happy to have a fire station right next to their house all of a sudden, but what you want to do it. And we could probably do with one over here as well. Yeah, is that right opposite our clinic? It is indeed, yeah, okay. That's fine. So our fire coverage should be good now. We've kind of neglected it, to be honest. Well, there's a wee space over there that could do with maybe something. Yeah, we'll just bonk one down right now. Bonk it down. Okay. Okay. So healthcare looks... It looks as if we've got decent coverage. Fire, it could be better, but it'll do for now. Police stations, we've got 3, they're well separated, that's fine. Let's see, elementary schools. We've got 1, 2, 3. We're kinda on the edge, so we could probably do with another one. Let's try and fit another one in somewhere around here. Yeah, do you know what, I'm just going to stick it there. Stick it there, dezone this. I don't like that single shop either. And we're just going to stick a couple of trees in to... Yeah, we'll just stick a couple of trees in to sort of... That's a nice place for this an elementary school, I think. So elementary school wise, we're kind of lacking coverage here, but they've got a short drive, a short walk, so we can live with it for now. What about high school? High school, we've got enough capacity, the coverage isn't great. We've got 1% highly educated. I mean, did they come to the city, or did they go to the library to get their degree or something? That's something I want to start sooner rather than later as a university. We're kind of... I think once we get to 10,000 there's a milestone. And there's a policy for the high-rise ban. Does that come with it? No. Okay, so to get to 10,000, I'm going to put in some more industrial now. I want to get to 10,000 before the end of the episode, and then next time we can turn this into an office park, maybe. Who knows? Okay, so while this is simming, I'm just going to leave it here. We're about to reach 10,000, which is good. We can start our office park, maybe our university, because we need the educated workers to work in our university, our offices. So yeah, I hope you like the episode, and like and subscribe if you want to see where this city goes. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.